ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, பிரகாஷ் ஜி.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
நல்லா இருக்கோம். நீங்க எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
ஃபைன் ஃபைன் எல்லாரும்.
1 minute.
யா.
Okay, Prakash sir, we can start. Yeah.
ஓகே.
Yeah.
ஸ்பீச் நீங்க ரெடி பண்ணிட்டீங்க இல்லையா? உங்ககிட்ட இருக்குதா?
Yes. ஒரு நவராத்திரி பூஜா டாக்.
Okay.
So like kuda like a heart, send a heart, we can focus, and also if we want we can play Devi Kavach also.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, அனைவருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கத்துடன் இன்றைய குட்டி தியானத்தை நாம் தொடங்க இருக்கிறோம். எப்பொழுதும் போல் மனதையும் உடலையும் மிக இலகுவாக வைத்துக் கொள்வோம். முடிந்த வரையில் நமது கவனத்தை அகத்திற்குள் கொண்டு செல்வோம். கண்களை மிகவும் இலகுவாக மூடிக்கொண்டு இதய சக்கரத்தில் நமது கவனத்தை நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். மனக்கண் முன் நமது குரு ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி அவர்களின் முகத்தினை நினைவிற்கு கொண்டு வந்து ஒரு சிறு பிரார்த்தனை. அன்னையே, எங்கள் குருவே ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து தியானத்திற்கு ஏற்ற ஒரு சூழ்நிலையை அருளுங்கள். எங்களது சிந்தனைகள், எண்ண ஓட்டங்கள், தேவையற்ற கவலைகள் இவை அனைத்தையும் சரணடைகிறோம் தங்களது பாதங்களை. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, சிந்தனைகளற்ற ஒரு தியான நிலையை எங்களுக்கு அருளுங்கள். எங்களது தியானம் ஒரு நிலை கொடுத்தப்பட்டு சாரத்திலும் எல்லா சக்கரங்களிலும் குண்டலினி தாயின் நுண் அதிர்வினை உணர்த்துங்கள். இந்த தியானத்தை வழி நடத்துபவரும் தாங்களே, அதன் பலனை அனுபவிப்பவரும் தாங்களே. இப்பொழுது நாம் அனைவரும் கூட்டாக குண்டலினி சக்தியை மேலே எழுப்பி கவச்சமிடுவோம். இரண்டு கைகளையும் பூமி தாயின் மீது ஆழ்ந்து வைத்துக் கொள்வோம். நாற்காலியில் அமர்ந்திருந்தால் இரண்டு உள்ளம் கைகளையும் பூமியை நோக்கி காண்பித்தால் போதுமானது. பூமி தாயை, தயவு செய்து எங்களை மன்னியுங்கள். எப்பொழுதும் உங்களை கால்களால் தீண்டுவதற்கும் மற்றும் எல்லா விதமான அவமரியாதைகளுக்கும் உங்களை உள்ளாக்குவதற்கும் எங்களை மன்னியுங்கள். எங்கள் உடலில் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான சமநிலை வேறுபாடுகளையும் பூமி தத்துவத்தில் வலித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறை சக்திகளை தயவு செய்து பூமி தத்துவத்தில் வலித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். ஒரு முறை சுருக்கமாக ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி மாதா எனும் மந்திரம். त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदि भूमि माता नमो नमः. தொடர்ந்து வலது உள்ளம் கை பூமி தாயின் மீதும், இடது உள்ளம் கை நமது மடியின் மீதும் வைத்துக் கொள்ளலாம். இடது உள்ளம் கை மேல் நோக்கி. கவனத்தை நமது இடது உள்ளம் கையின் மைய பகுதிக்கு செலுத்தும். பூமி தாயை, தயவு செய்து எங்களது இடது நாடியில் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறை சக்திகள், கடந்த கால வாழ்க்கையை பற்றிய சிந்தனைகள், மமகாரம், எனக்கு நானே விதித்துக் கொண்ட சுய கட்டுப்பாடுகள் மற்றும் தூய்மையற்ற ஆசைகள், இவை அனைத்தையும் தயவு செய்து பூமி தத்துவத்தில் வலித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். தயவு செய்து எங்களது இடது நாடியிலும் அதில் உள்ள எல்லா சக்கரங்களிலும் தூய ஆசைகளால் நிரப்புங்கள். தூய ஆசை என்பது தூய்மையான தியானத்தை நோக்கி செலுத்துவதாக மட்டுமே இருக்கட்டும். ஸ்ரீ மகாகாளி பைரவநாத் மந்திரம் சுருக்கமாக. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महाकाली भैरवनाथ नमो नमः. மெதுவாக வலது கையை மடியின் மீதும் உள்ளங்கையை மேல் நோக்கி, இடது உள்ளம் கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கியும் வைத்துக் கொண்டு கவனத்தை ஒருநிலைப்படுத்தி வலது உள்ளம் கையின் மையப்பகுதிக்கு கொண்டு செல்வோம். அன்னையே, ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களது வலது நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்தி சமநிலைக்கு அருளுங்கள். எமது வலது நாடியை பாதிக்கும் நான் என்ற அகம்பாவம், எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றிய தேவையற்ற சிந்தனைகள், தூய்மையற்ற கவனம், இவை அனைத்தையும் ஆகாய தத்துவத்தில் வலித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னையே, தயவு செய்து எங்களது வலது நாடியும் அதில் உள்ள எல்லா சக்கரங்களையும் தூய்மையான கவனத்தை நிரப்புங்கள். ஒரு முறை ஸ்ரீ மகா சரஸ்வதி ஹனுமானாஸ் மந்திரம். ஓம் துமேவ சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ மகா சரஸ்வதி ஹனுமானாத் நமோ நமஹ. இரண்டு கைகளும் மடியின் மீது, உள்ளம் கை மேல் நோக்கி. நமது கவனத்தை ஒருநிலைப்படுத்தி மத்திய நாடிக்கு கொண்டு செல்லும். அன்னை ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களது குண்டலினி சக்தியை மத்திய நாடியின் வழியாக விழித்தெழச் செய்து சஹஸ்ராரத்தை அடைய செய்யுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எங்களது மத்திய நாடியில் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறை சக்திகளையும் தகர்த்தெறிந்து குண்டலினி சக்தியை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிறுத்துங்கள். ஒரு முறை ஸ்ரீ மகாலட்சுமி ஸ்ரீ கணேச சாட்சாத்திர மந்திரம் சுருக்கமாக. ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी श्री गणेशा नमो नमः. கவனத்தை மூலாதார சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்வோம். அடி வயிற்று பகுதியில் இருப்பது சற்றே மேல் நோக்கி சுவாதிஷ்டான சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். வயிற்று பகுதியில் நிலைநிறுத்தி நாபி சக்கரத்திற்கு கவனத்தை கொண்டு வருவோம். பவசாகரம் வயிற்றை சுற்றியுள்ள பகுதி, சற்றே கவனத்தை மேல் உயர்த்தி இதய சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்வோம். வலது உள்ளம் கையை இதய சக்கரத்தின் மைய பகுதியில் வைத்துக் கொள்வோம். அன்னையே ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களது இதய சக்கரத்தில் வந்தமருங்கள். தங்களின் வருகையை நுண் அதிர்வுகளால் உணரச் செய்யுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தங்கள் அருளால் நான் பயமற்றவன். தாங்களே என்னுள் இருக்கும் பாதுகாப்பு. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. தங்கள் அருளால் நான் இந்த உடலோ மனதோ புத்தியோ அல்ல, நான் தூய ஆத்மா. தங்கள் அருளால் நான் தூய ஆத்மா. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. நமது மனக்கவலைகள், கலக்கங்கள் எல்லாம் போக்குவதற்கு சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா உதவுகிறார். நமது இதய சக்கரம் 12 இதயங்களால் உருவானதால் 12 முறை சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா எனும் மந்திரத்தை நல்ல உற்சாகத்துடனும் உறக்கமாகவும் உரைப்போம். சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா, 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 சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா. இப்படி நம்பிக்கையுடன் உரைப்பதால் நமது மனதும் உடலும் புத்தியும் ஒருமுகப்படுவதை அனுபவத்தில் காணலாம். மெதுவாக வலது கையை எடுத்து மடியின் மீது வைத்துக் கொள்வோம். கவனத்தை சுத்தி சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்வோம். தொண்டை பகுதி, சற்றை மேலுயர்த்தி ஆக்ஞா சக்கரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். நெற்றியின் மையப்பகுதி. அன்னையே, தங்கள் அருளால் நான் அனைவரையும் மன்னிக்கும் மனப்பக்குவம் கொண்டவனானேன். அன்னையே, நான் அனைவரையும் முழு மனதாக மன்னிக்கிறேன். என்னையும் மன்னியுங்கள் தாயே. எனது கோபதாபங்கள் அனைத்தையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். எனது மமகாரம், அகங்காரம் அனைத்தையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். எனது விருப்பு வெறுப்புகள் அனைத்தையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். தயவு செய்து குண்டலினி தாயை ஆக்ஞா சக்கரத்தை கடந்து சஹஸ்ராரத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்லுங்கள் தாய். கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். அன்னையே, தயவு செய்து எங்களது சஹஸ்ரார சக்கரத்தில் வந்தமருங்கள். சஹஸ்ரார சக்கரத்தை திறந்து குண்டலினி சக்தியை மேல் நோக்கி கடவுளின் ராஜ்யத்துடன் இணையுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. மூன்று முறை ஓம் என்று உரைப்போம் நாம் அனைவரும். Om. Om. தொடர்ந்து நமது கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். நமது தியானத்தை தொடர்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி அவர்களின் அருளுரையை கேட்டு.
Today, we have gathered here to do the Devi Puja. This puja was performed many a times, and Devi was requested by the Devas to save them from the tyranny of devilish people. Today I feel the same way, that we are now in the grip of a funny situation, that there are people who are themselves devils, I think, and also mesmerized by them, who are trying to do something which they should never have done. But they don't know that there is a climax of everything. And that point has arrived, where all the good people, especially the Sajogis, should put all their mind to the destruction of these horrible personalities like Mahishasura. In those days, it was very simple, because devils came as devils, and you could see them that they are devils, and all their behavior proved that they were devils. Why they did it? Why were they cruel? Because so-called human beings as they are not. They are by nature devilish, and they want to do something by which they can destroy human beings and good human beings. It is evident that the time has come for them to be destroyed. In no way I could be against Islam and ever to criticize Muhammad. He was divine, no doubt, and tried to do divine work. But out of that divine work, these stupid people have come up who accept those devilish people. You'll be amazed to know that in Islam there are 74 groups. They say we follow one religion, but they do not. Out of these, some of them are really evil people. And they call themselves by the name as Deobandi because this is a place in India. And also they are called as Wahhabis. I have been knowing them since long. Because in our household, in my father's household, we had lots of Muslim people working as cooks, as drivers, as other servants. These Wahhabis are very interesting people because they don't believe even in Muhammad Sahib. So if you tell them that Muhammad Sahib has said such and such thing, they said, no, we don't believe in Muhammad Sahib. So, whom do you believe? We believe in Allah. Have you met Allah? Have you seen Him? That you are believing them? But in their whole behavior, it was cruelty which was innately built. Very cruel. And whenever my father saw that, he asked them to get out. Because always had a sinister practices by which they used to treat others. I never knew that it will come up to that stage. And they were from Afghanistan. Can you imagine? Mostly. Of course, they tortured other Afghanis also. And wherever they went, they had a speciality that they could be very cruel. Not all Afghanis, no, not at all. But some of them. And they came to India from Afghanistan, and we have different types of Afghanis. Some were very loving, kind, helpful, very nice people. And some of them were very cruel. First we didn't understand what is this. But because my father was a scholar of Islam, he told us these are not Islamic. They call themselves Wahhabis. And they are not Islamic. I can see that today so clearly. Not that in other religions or other groups there are not bad people. But these Wahhabis were secretly working out different groups. There are not many. And that's what my father had told me. One day they will become very explosive. And they might try to completely ruin the world. First I couldn't understand, because after all they looked like human beings only. He told me, they are absolutely camouflaged. And once they start their cruelty, you will not know what to do. We had one invader in our country called as Muhammad Shah Abdali. He was a very, very cruel man, very cruel. And he used to even kill the Muslims because his concept was that you should not worship Muhammad Sahib. Because Muhammad Sahib said that I am not divine. I also used to say the same, to save from the stupid people. For years I used to say I am not divine. But when they felt my vibrations and all that, they believed. But those who believed in Muhammad Sahib were never understood by these people. Very, very cruel, and because they don't even believe in Muhammad Sahib. You cannot argue with them on any point. You cannot argue with them what is written in the Quran. Because you don't believe in Quran, you don't believe in Muhammad Sahib, you believe in Allah. God knows from where do they have connections. But gradually it was surprising that they could mesmerize, as we have horrible gurus who come as gurus and they mesmerize. You have seen them, people being mesmerized. So many are being exposed and so many are going to be exposed. But mostly they were the people who were interested in money, in getting lots of money somehow is in the name of religion. But that time, people didn't see their cruel methods and their cruelties. This cruelty started growing. And you know, we have been to Nizamuddin's Awliya. In that place only, I discovered there's a madrasa. Madrasa means a school. And in that school, they used to admit small children. And it was so well planned that God alone knows. I mean, I can't say that there were 120 madrasas only in Delhi. Now, nobody knew what they are teaching there, what they are mesmerizing, how they are doing this. It so happened once I went to this place, Nizamuddin, and there I found people singing songs and all that. And I found in them real feeling for love. They felt my love very much, all of them. They started coming to Sajjad. But I didn't know there was a madrasa in that place. I asked them, why is it here the vibrations? Nizamuddin was an awliya. And how is it the place doesn't have good vibration? In between I used to get very bad vibrations. So they told me whether there is a madrasa. Now look at the evil, how it works. Normally, evil used to work like this, that it would go and form some groups, some wars, and kill people. There were few people, but they had cruelty as their religion. Whichever way they lived, they were cruel. In those madrasas only, they had people who used to tell them how to be cruel, how to hate. So, education in hatred started. And that education of hatred was very well woven through these madrasas all over the world. Now, as you know, Pakistan and India were always fighting. But this time, Pakistanis realized that if we fight with India in that way, we'll be called as terrorists. So they said no, we'll have no terrorism in our country. But they are the ones, stupidly, this new fellow had sent about 65 scholars, ambassadors, to Afghanistan to study in those madrasas how to become cruel. Can you imagine? To teach hatred. Of course, there are many Muslims who are not. But if you do not respect Muhammad Sahib, and you are supposed to be Muslim, what will come out of you? So all these wrong ideas grew up. And Islam got divided into many groups. It's all right. But to have this kind of a group which is against all humanity was the most dangerous plan. I don't know how many Muslims also knew about it. They spread this madrasa thing all over the world, and people coming out of that institution became very, very cruel people. First cruelty was to the women. Women were treated with such contempt and absolute no respect of any kind was given to them. This itself shows that there was no one to control them. It's not written in Quran. It's not described by Muhammad Sahib. He says, God is merciful. He is peace-giving. Whatever he did was absolutely divine, no doubt. But some of these people, the way they took to satanic forces, people started misunderstanding Islam. Islam means to surrender. Those who are surrendered are you people. Surrendered means those who have given up all their lust, greed, and all these enemies, and are above normal people. Another thing was very interesting to note that Muhammad Sahib had said that at the time of resurrection, your hands would speak. That he clearly said. Naturally, because it was written in a language which was all poetic, people can want to, if they want to, they can twist it. But Muhammad Sahib never would have said, it's very, very shocking that in these modern times, that people have taken to such crooked ideas. But for that, the reason is that people also develop resistance for them. Jews, they developed a resistance for them. This hatred is responsible. And this hatred between both the sides, I would say now, these are two different, it's very evident. Now, in Sahaja Yoga, we believe in complete, innocent, simple existence together. And that people believe that there is definitely different groups of people. Now, what is our duty? What are we supposed to do? First of all, we have to introspect. Supposing you are a Hindu, born, you should sit down and find out if you hate anybody because he's a Muslim. You can't hate. Because somebody is a Muslim, you can't hate. Because you are a Muslim, because you are surrendered. So how can you hate anyone? If you are surrendered to the divine. And how can you then be against the divine? So these misleading thoughts and ideas should be given up. Supposing you are a Hindu. So if you have no business to hate anyone, that is for definite. Now the word Hindu also comes from the river Sindhu. Because Alexander couldn't say Sindhu, so he said Hindu. And on that point, many people have built this horrible hatred. In India. But Cruelty was not their theme. That was the saving point. That they didn't want to torture people. So this aptitude to torture or to hate people is coming from other sources. And the source is, as you can see clearly, that they openly hate. To hate is a very bad quality. One of the most dangerous things is to hate. And so you all must know. All right. Now we are having a to me, it is very painful to think that we human beings, we hate others. When you know that love is such an overwhelming, beautiful feeling. But why then you take to hatred? Because people have impressed you. They have told you lies. That's why you hate. What an achievement. First to be a human being, and then to be a person full of hatred. Now what will be the next, I don't know. It was all right in those days for goddess to kill. Goddess used to kill all such people. It's a very sad feeling that God has created human beings. From amoeba to this stage. And how can we hate someone? And this is what has happened. Now, of course, Surge is different. That Surges know how to enjoy the love. They like it. They enjoy it. You can see that. And if somehow you people could manage to remove this hatred, somehow, with your own willpower, denying and defying all that is being told to human beings, I am sure it's a very difficult world where those people who came on this earth went through all kinds of education, wanted to improve the conditions, the relationships, friendships, have fallen into the depth of hatred. My heart just weeps. At what time I have come on this earth, where I have to see human beings hating each other. They talk of love and hate. It's a very serious thing. That you who are the children, they'll end up like this. I mean, I have experiences, if I tell you, you'll be shocked. How people have fallen down to the depth of evil nature. It's a understanding. We have to have understanding about ourselves. Do we hate somebody? Do we get ideas that we should go? Do you have such things in you? Just find out. Do you hate other people? The ideas are rotten, absolutely, for a human mind. The ideas which are completely like the animal's instinct are absolutely no good for human beings at all. But that's what is happening and is coming forward. If you are poor, all right, by hating, you don't become rich. No? If you are in any difficulties, then your duty is to remove those difficulties, but not to prosper on them. All this has to. It's very surprising that we are not bothered at all as to what we are doing. Yeah. You have to have proper sense of understanding. Where are we going? If you have misunderstanding about somebody, better take it out completely. They try to trouble you, all right, but don't have bad understanding about that person. Very surprising that we never see those things, how ugly they are, and how funny they are, how they ruin our personality. You may be able to correct some people. All our activities as Sahaja, I never realized were so important. We have to give so much time. Not to bother about nonsensical, frivolous things, but something serious that is within us or without. That must be taken out. If I ask you how many people you hate, you may say it's just 20 people. And see, the thing, whole atmosphere and all this fills me with such remorse that I just don't know what are we going to do, the surge of this. What are their plans? Will you please look into yourself and think what constructive work we are doing and what destructive work we have been doing. You need a big shock to understand this. I like the way we have programs and pujas and all that. But if you ask my inner being, I know it is very, very unhappy, very sick. At this time, what you have to do as Sahaja Yogis? As Sahaja Yogis, minimum of minimum, you should put full attention. And then you have to take up a problem. See, the trouble with Sahaja Yoga is that you all start enjoying yourself. And then you don't see around what is happening. Now, I must tell you, I am now in the midst of war between myth is it a area, is it a, I don't know what should I say, is it within us there is still lurking some kind of a weakness that we do not try to fight our weaknesses. I would now request you all to meditate on yourself and see for yourself what is wrong. It's a big shock. And to reduce this shock, what can Sahaj Yogis do? What can they work it to blast this horrible ways of human life? It's possible with the power of love. You can manage. But we must develop that power in our hearts. Think of it. It's a big lesson now for all of us to see for ourselves, are we all right? Or we go on hating others? What is the function of our mind? Is to hate or to love? And this love, if it enlightens you, you'll be amazed. You will be such a big force for it. I cannot fight the whole thing alone. And I have to have people who really develop their love and nothing else. That is one of the challenges now for all of us, all the Sahaj Yogis, all over the world. It's not only the fight between believers and non-believers, not only the fight between Sahaj Yogis and non-Sahaj Yogis, but this is a fight where we are all one and we are going to fight it out. At every stage, we have to be much more subtler. It is very, very essential to see to the point today, are we also part and parcel of that evil thing that's working out? Or are we free from that and prepared to fight it? It's a big fight, and I hope it is conclusive. After this, there will be no more of cruelties to human beings, no more fights, because this is a fight between the Rakshasas and ourselves. It's not ordinary. And this has to be explained also to those who are supportive of evil forces. Only thing you can say, Mother, how are we to know who is against and who is not? You are knowledgeable. You are Sahaj Yogis. You know who is on the wrong side. I know Sahaj Yogis can save and can bring them to the right path of knowledge and love. But be very careful with the propaganda of evil that is going on. I want to touch the deepest part of your heart we should reconcile. I'm sure you all will understand the magnitude of danger that awaits. Maybe there may not be any human beings left. Maybe there may not be any children left. Because if this kind of thing is working out, it's very difficult, very difficult. My whole existence gets shaken up. You all should see in every nook and corner of life, where is this talk going on? Where are people talking of cruelty? What's happening? No. Whatever I think, it's not one, it's not two, it's all of us. The fight that I am having is of a serious nature, no doubt. But if you all can fight collectively, how much we can work it out. My all efforts, understandings, powers, everything is now in your hands. And that's what you should be prepared for. Not by just reading something or talking about it. You have to build up within yourself the power of love. I'm sure with the opening of the Sastara you will do. But try to read something, to understand something with the power of love. It's a very deep subject. And when you talk about it, halfway I'm inside, halfway outside. But I have to tell you that you all develop this. And only that will form a very strong opposition to these evildoers, as they call it. My complete blessings are on you. And I want all of you individually work it out. How many people you love, how many people. This you have to find out. I hope you people have understood what I want you to do. a new generation is coming up. All of you are in my heart. And I love you very much. And I want you people to come as soldiers to fight with me. I am also told that there are some people who are forming groups with extremely negative attitude. At this time, what we need is a complete solidarity. So all such people whom you see, tell them to behave themselves. No use making them surgeries. I'm sure it's really heartfelt desire of mine that you should become really soldiers of love and peace. Because that is why you are here. You are born here for that. So enjoy yourself.
மிக ஆழ்ந்த கருத்துக்களை நவராத்திரியின் முன்பு வெளியிட்ட நமது குரு ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி அவர்களுக்கு நமது மனப்பூர்வமான நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு, ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி அனைவரின் இதயங்களை நன்றிகளால் நிரப்புங்கள், அன்பினால் நிரப்புங்கள். என்று பிரார்த்தித்து நாம் அனைவரும் குண்டலினி சக்தியை மேலெழுப்பி காட்சிமிடுவோம் கூட்டாக. வாய்ப்பிற்கு நன்றி. ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. ஃபேஸ்புக் அன்பர்கள் நாம் இப்பொழுது ஒளிபரப்பை நிப்பாட்டுகின்றோம்.